EMOCEAN was launched in 2021 and she is the first explorer yacht built and delivered by the Italian shipyard Rosetti. Our yacht broker Ed Dickinson delved into why EMOCEAN is ideal for long-range cruising in great style and great comfort.
EMOCEAN is a 38-metre Rosetti Superyacht. She was delivered in 2021. She's still owned by the original owner, and the original owner was very instrumental in the design and build process of the yacht. Rosetti Shipyards is known for being one of Italy's largest commercial shipbuilding facilities, and this was a key decision-making point when the owner selected Rosetti to build EMOCEAN. Rosetti had established the superyacht division. They were going to the market, showing what it was capable of, but they've got the proven steel capabilities, they've got the longevity in shipbuilding, but most importantly, they had the financial means to complete the build. There was no cutting corners, it was done to the best possible quality. EMOCEAN is 38.15 metres in length. She has a beam of 8.85 metres and a draft of 2.37 metres. With a gross tonnage of 432, she also has a top speed of 12 knots.
Among EMOCEAN's notable interior spaces are her welcoming main salon, her sophisticated formal dining area, and an exquisite crystal wine cellar housing up to 150 bottles.
As you enter EMOCEAN, you come on board the vessel and you come onto the main deck aft. The main deck aft has a lovely large seating area, which is great for people to relax when they first come on board. And this leads into the main salon. The main salon has been very cleverly designed. When they designed the vessel, they moved the exhaust trunks further forward than you'd usually expect on a vessel, which gives a large area aft for seating, which is surrounded by glass. It's got unobstructed views, there's no televisions in this space, it is just a seating area. It's a formal entertainment space for guests to be welcomed on board the boat. And the nice part of having these centralized trunks in the main salon is it breaks up the interior dining space to the interior seating space. This main salon has been designed for guest entertainment. The Sky Lounge is for relaxation, but this is for guest entertainment. And as I say, you move forward, the trunks have got a 150 bottle wine cellar on the starboard side, which is a focal point of the main salon, and it leads you forward into the interior dining space. Forward of the main salon, this guest lobby has access on the starboard side out for sideboarding and also back around onto the main deck. There's another day head, and it also has a stairway which leads both down to the lower deck and to the upper deck. And you then move into the master cabin. The master cabin was a focal point of the design process. You have a traditional office as you walk in, and this then leads you through to a very large full beam master cabin. One of the unique features about the master cabin is that it has a fixed balcony. Now, unlike other balconies which you see on other vessels, the fact it is fixed means you do not need crew to open and operate it. Whenever the guests feel like it, they can just walk out onto this balcony. It can be used underway if they wish to do so. It can be used in port without obstructing other boats around them. They put a very clever partition in as well, which separates the balcony and master cabin office area from the sleeping area. So if one of the guests wants to have some quiet time and lie down, the other principal guest can still use the office and the balcony. There is a separate his and hers bathroom, which is joined by a central shower, which brings the master suite all together. As you move on to the lower deck, there are 4 further cabins for guests. The aft two cabins are double cabins. These are effectively two VIP cabins. And the forward two are twin cabins, both with Pullmans. So with the master cabin, this brings the total guest capacity up to 12 guests, which is particularly useful on charter. The upper deck of EMOCEAN is dedicated to relaxation. As you come up the stairs, you're greeted by, on the port side, a very large guest serving bar. So you can always have drinks flowing, you can have food served. And after this is a very large television, and running down the starboard side is a nice big sofa. One of EMOCEAN's unique selling points is her exterior deck spaces. One of my favourite features on the vessel is her Portuguese bridge, which has got very large sun pads. It's a very private space for guests to spend, especially when they're in port. But the crown jewel has to be her Sundeck. On the forward of the Sundeck is a 5,000 litre jacuzzi. The yacht's actually been equipped with a holding tank, so this water can be emptied down into the holding tank when they're underway, kept heated, and within 30 minutes of arriving at anchor, they can have it fill again with the same water. Central in the Sundeck is the main exterior dining space, which is a huge sheltered space, and forward of the dining space is actually partitions, so if you've got a windy day at anchor, it can be shaded without much hassle. Aft, you'll find there's the sunbathing spaces, there's also built-in gym equipment. So the Sundeck has lots of different spaces for guests to use, from the jacuzzi forward right back to the gym space at the aft. As you go down to the bridge deck aft, this area has two uses. For long passages, you can actually lift the tenders and jet skis up onto the bridge deck aft, where for shorter passages, you can put them on the hydraulic swim platform. And you come down from the bridge deck aft and you're down to the main deck, where you find a very nice informal seating area to welcome guests on board. As you go down to the swim platform is hydraulic, so on shorter passages from port to port, in the Med, for example, you can easily put the tender on board the swim platform. However, you can also remove it and it then leaves down into a very nice beach club. From the outset, the idea behind the yacht was that the owner wanted to spend as much time out at anchor, exploring far-flung bays and seeing new places. So it's about the idea of living on board without having to consistently come back into port. Thanks to her hull design and drive package, she has a range of 5,000 nautical miles at 9 knots. And one of the most important factors is actually at 9 knots, she has a consumption of just 55 litres an hour. It would be worth noting that EMOCEAN isn't just a modern, pretty Italian super yacht. She is designed from the keel up to be an explorer yacht. Sergio Cutello of Hydrotech was instrumental in making sure that he brought all of his explorer yacht knowledge to the table in building and designing the naval architecture of the vessel. She's got systems such as independent rudders. This means that if they lose a rudder underway while in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, they still have a second one which can act completely independently, allowing the vessel safely to get back to shore. And on a more practical day-to-day basis, it makes docking the vessel far easier. She has a steel hull. She's got proven transatlantic range, having completed over 5 transatlantic crossings to date. She's also had a special design in the AC and heating systems on board. This effectively means that they can heat or cool independent decks to different temperatures, so that if they're mid-season, a master cabin can be at a different temperature to the lower decks, which may be affected. Part of the design brief to ensure that the crew are equally as comfortable as guests means that they have a very spacious laundry, they have an exceptional galley on the main deck, and they have their own pantry. On top of this, they've got a nice sized crew mess on the lower deck. The crew mess leads through to 3 further crew cabins, with the captain being on the bridge deck aft. One clever feature they put into the design of EMOCEAN was there's actually an access tunnel from the crew mess all the way through the tank deck of the boat coming out in the engine room. So it not only acts as a good escape route during emergencies, but it means that if there's an issue with the stabilizers or tanks or any of the piping which is underneath the guest accommodation during charter, they're not disturbing guest cabins and can easily access all the technical spaces. Since EMOCEAN's delivery in 2021, she's been a huge success in all factors. She won a Neptune Award at the World Super Yacht Awards in 2021. She's become a huge success on the charter market, not only in the Med, but also in the Caribbean. And it'd be worth noting that each time that she crosses from the Med to the Caribbean, it's on her own bottom. So there's no waiting round for ships to take her over. She has her own schedule. She's got multiple repeat clients, and anybody looking for an ongoing concern, this is a vessel which does phenomenally well.
EMOCEAN has garnered numerous accolades, including well-deserved recognition at the prestigious World Super Yacht Awards. If you're looking for a vessel like this with unparalleled luxury and comfort, do get in touch with us at Northrop & Johnson.
If someone would like more information on EMOCEAN, we strongly advise you to get in touch with Northrop & Johnson. Wes Sanford and myself represent the vessel for sale. She'll be between the Caribbean and the Med in a very busy charter program. However, we will do our best to get you on board. We'd strongly recommend to take the opportunity to come and visit the yacht. It is a vessel which you'll only ever appreciate the volumes, the finish, the quality with a personal inspection.